I know the news is a dumpster fire. Let me tell you a good news story. New research shows a fascinating, decades-old program is the most cost-effective way to help at-risk kids finish school and earn more as adults.
So welcome back to our Top Secret Kindness Club. And raise your hand if you've ever had a bad day. We all have bad days, right? But then raise your hand if your day got better because your friend told you, hey, I'm happy that you're here. Or a teacher told you, hey, I'm happy that you're here today.
Miss Allie's Top Secret Kindness Club might look like a normal classroom, but Allie is not a teacher. She's not even employed by the school. Allie's a foot soldier in a much bigger Top Secret Kindness Club Bill Milliken started forming a half-century ago after he was kicked out of high school. He wanted to help kids like him who felt rejected by school, but also all kids of low-income parents. Because kids like this, on average, fall behind their higher-income peers even before middle school. They're much less likely to complete high school. School is where we hope every kid gets an equal shot at success. And that these gaps start so early shows that equal shot part just isn't happening. But Bill didn't do what so many others do and blame teachers and schools. He has a different theory.
We lost the village a long time ago. And my theory became schools fell into that vacuum. Schools were now asked to replace that. They were being asked to be mother, father, sister, brother, social worker, hall guard.
Any kid needs a lot of support to make it in this modern world. Not just a stable home, food, clean clothes. They need multiple caring adults. They need safety. They need to learn about love and belonging, about community. They need to see a future that's worth the hard work it takes to get done with school. I grew up with this kind of support. And I've seen how many kids just don't get it up close because my amazing wife, Amy, is a high school principal and she's been serving kids living in poverty for nearly 20 years now in schools. So it's no surprise to me that kids with impossible situations at home are more likely to drop out. But the kids that Bill and Allie's Top Secret Kindness Club serves, they're finishing high school more. They're earning more as adults.
I feel like I knew it. The Harvard study has absolutely just put a stamp on what we always knew.
And this research shows they may have found the most cost-effective way to help schools and at-risk kids ever studied. Okay, it's not actually top secret. The organization is called Communities in Schools, and CIS operates in 29 states and 3,600 high-poverty schools. They serve 2 million students. That's 3 times the number of kids served by Head Start, which is a huge federal program. And we're headed to San Antonio to see the organization in action because it's been operating there for 40 years now. And its CEO not only lives there, he went through the program too.
All of the talent that I saw around me, so many of them get pushed off of that tightrope.
Allie works at JT Brackenridge, which is the elementary school in San Antonio's west side. The school's zip code is also one of the lowest income parts of the city.
We have children who come in sometimes, in clothes that are dirty. Parents have just been incarcerated. Not intentional neglect, but a need of support.
Allie is a trained social worker, but that's not her main role. Her job title is site coordinator.
I just say I'm a counselor at an elementary school because I am, but then if they'll ask me, oh, so you work for the district? It's like, no, I work for a nonprofit that supports at-risk schools.
That makes the principal her partner, not her boss.
We're highly focused on academics, but we know that if we don't take care of their immediate basic needs, we're gonna never get to, the math and the reading we need to get if those needs aren't taken care of.
This distinction is important. School counselors can and do help, but CIS's unique structure allows it to do more.
Spreading kindness, one paper at a time.
The advantage that Communities in Schools provides, whether it's outside funding that helps us push attendance.
We have a movie night coming up for attendance. And so I just store all of it in here.
And again, those wraparound services that some kids need.
The cool thing about this job is you do have creative freedom to just, however you meet this need is up to you and what the school needs.
A school counselor can't bring additional things because they're part of the district.
Allie also manages a caseload of students who have been flagged due to attendance, academic, or behavioral issues as needing something extra. But her caseload is around 100 students. The national average for school counselors is 372. Sometimes she's working with her students in groups. For others, it's one-on-one.
Who do you think is the most important person that should love you for who you are?
Yourself.
Yeah, it's exactly yourself. And what's something you want to work on?
Anger issues.
Do you just let things go easier here?
Yeah.
Or tell yourself it's no big deal? Yeah. Remember we used to say that? No big deal.
The trust she's building through these caring conversations means she hears about everything.
My bright spot is that we don't have no school
On Monday, right?
on Monday, and then my cloudy moment is that my dad got arrested.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's really rough.
And that trust isn't just with kids. Miss Allie's been working here for a while now, so she's beloved by parents like Jessica.
Yeah, she's worked with all my kids. I have 9 total. Wow. Two are my nephews. Help counsel my nephew because he's going through a lot.
Do you feel like telling me about any of that right now? It's okay if you don't.
And dad's in and out of prison. And mom has a little bit of troubles. And he stabbed 3 kids with a needle. And he was acting out of impulse because he doesn't know how to express his emotions. He's never taught or been learns.
The problems that come to Allie are so obviously deserving of attention. Every school in a low-income neighborhood has kids doing this incredibly difficult balancing act. These are problems that a suspension is not going to solve. But the key to CIS is not just caring adults like Allie in the building who have the time and the skills to help. Those caring adults are usually around. What's far more rare is that they can call in the cavalry, the system, to work proactively rather than trying to put out fires one by one. Ms. Allie's supervisor, Courtney, was a former site coordinator herself for 6 years and wanted to start supporting people like her.
I did serve students for a lot of years, and it's very similar to serving students. They're taking care of 100 kiddos, so we gotta make sure they're taken care of. Those really hard times where you're having families with a lot of trauma and students that are really struggling, and that's heavy, and it's a lot to try to leave that kind of stuff at work.
Courtney's team does a full campus needs assessment.
We have a high rate of teen pregnancies. We have a high rate of food insecurity, of homelessness. So we prepare our staff in those specific areas.
They make a map of what this neighborhood is likely to need and which partners they know in the community can fill each gap. And when something comes up that's beyond what any one person can handle, that's when Natasha steps in. She runs CIS San Antonio's partner network, over 300 community organizations on call.
Staff will reach out to me at times if they don't know what partner may be the best fit.
Right.
Or if they are unsure if we have a partner that even addresses that circumstance. So then I have to go find them.
You're like assembling an army, basically.
Yes, essentially an army of caring individuals.
And this creates a system to build a network to keep solving those problems. And they're not the only ones building it. Another organization in town called the UP Partnership organizes more than 120 partners in the county around the same goal, making sure that every kid finishes school.
I serve as the Chief High School Programs Officer for Alamo College's district.
I'm with Girl Scouts of Southwest Texas.
So Lemonade Circle, we're a nonprofit organization where we empower young women of color to use life's lemons to make lemonade.
That's 120 organizations that CIS has an ear to the ground for. Most communities have organizations and people that want to support at-risk students in schools. They're just often not easy to find. CIS's theory is that kids and families need help navigating their way to the right supports. Or as one particularly famous CIS supporter put it,
A conductor. Quincy Jones one time said, "I don't understand why they don't understand you." He said, "You're saying that the drums are in one part of town, the piccolo's in another, and the drums in another, and you don't have a conductor. So you put a conductor in the school and you bring all the resources and wrap them around the school so the teachers are freed up to teach and the principals are principals."
So I've been hearing, Mr. Milliken, you have served 3 U.S. presidents, which presidents did you serve, and what did they have to you do?
It started with George Washington. No.
Of the guys Bill hung out with after getting booted from high school, only 5 made it to 30 without ending up dead or in jail.
Back then, they didn't know about learning issues, and if you do your research, the prisons were full of me. I had given up on life by 17. If a young person doesn't have hope, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to hurt you or hurt themselves.
Bill was saved by someone in the church. Then he moved to the Lower East Side of New York and started doing the same thing, showing up every day in a community that had no reason to trust him. And that's where he met Bo.
Came out every day. He would come out, and pretty soon this guy knew all our names. So he was different.
How far in life would you guys think you guys would be now if you guys didn't have each other?
I couldn't quite hear it.
I heard it.
You heard it?
I heard it very well. I would probably be in jail or dead. There was no other choices. I was the president of the Centurions, which was a street gang. Most of the guys I hung out with are dead because they made bad choices.
Everybody wants somebody to give a damn they exist. Somebody cares. They're hungry for a safe, caring community. If you don't give it to them, they'll create their own gang or their own cult or their own thing.
Bill built the organization around the idea that every kid needs a caring adult.
First couple we got kicked out of, we didn't know what we were doing.
But he dreamed big from the very beginning.
It was 5 of us at a storefront in 1971 that wrote a 100-year plan. And people said, well, yeah, 100-year plan. Because the theory of change in America sucks. You tell me any change in history that's happened in 2 to 4 years. We didn't create these pockets of poverty all over the country overnight. So we designed a plan that would outlast principals, superintendents, mayors. This is built from the bottom up.
And the plan is actually working. Over the past 50 years, the CIS model has won bipartisan political support from multiple presidents and backing from a wild array of celebrities, including Shaq. He's on their board. They've raised more than $300 million in philanthropy in recent years, too.
Holy mackerel. You can say it because it's hard to say sometimes.
133.
It's a $133 million cumulative gift.
In the next 50 years, they're in this guy's hands.
Thank you for hosting us.
He grew up in San Antonio, and his dad was undocumented.
This is where I met Mrs. Gradia, and she forever changed a little of where my path was going.
Miss Gradia was his site coordinator. He found her through word of mouth. A friend said, there's this woman. She might be able to help you think about college. Do you think they've ever met Miss Gradia?
They wouldn't know her.
She still hadn't met Ray's parents. I thought they might want to meet.
And my mother was going to elementary school here, then she had to work and couldn't finish school. My father came to this country, he didn't get to finish school. And the thing about potential is you don't know you've got it until somebody tells you you do.
But the thing is that we appreciate, people like her helping our kids.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have nothing, to give them.
Oh no, that's not true.
Like to go to college and stuff like that, we didn't have.
Same thing with me. I went out of state for college, and their perspective was like, you need to go because we can only help you so far, but we cannot give you everything you need to be successful in that other phase of your life.
Ray left San Antonio the moment he could, and he told himself he was never coming back. But he ended up becoming the youngest city council member in the city's history.
And I'm like, wow, and now he's like my boss.
I think about this quote from Alice Walker, which is that the most common way we give away our power is by thinking that we don't have any. That's the concept behind what we're trying to do. We're actually trying to empower students to realize that they have a power that they didn't realize they could tap into and touch to unlock their future.
Now CIS has an extraordinarily rare form of proof that its methods are working. This proof was published last winter by economists Jamie, Gracie, and Goldman and Harvard's Opportunity Insights Lab. And I need to be transparent that both this research paper and this video was funded in part by another lab at Harvard called Ed Redesign. So let me just pause on this for a second before you cry fraud. The Ed Redesign Lab exists to research and support work around the country to help low-income kids rise. So why are they supporting this series? We have the same goal. We want to highlight and spread the most effective methods of helping low-income kids beat the stacked deck against them. And they're just fantastic editorial advisors on the project, given they talk to a super wide range of people around the country, all working on this problem. They don't have a final say on our story choice, just like they didn't have a final say on the research. Jamie Gracie talked about her research at Harvard a few weeks ago.
Starting with data in Texas, we're going to compare test scores for these high-risk students in schools that did versus did not get CIS programs.
Students who got CIS services had higher test scores. They were more likely to graduate. And you can see in this chart here, the bottom line is earnings for people who didn't get CIS in their school when they were kids. And here's the students who did get CIS.
What drives those impacts? When we look in the data, we find that it comes from pushing students out of unemployment and into these stable but sort of modest paying jobs, consistent with the goal of the program.
The direct cost to CIS is about $3,000 per student for 3 years, funded with a mix of philanthropic and public dollars. That investment led to an average of $36,000 in additional lifetime earnings per person, which also translates to $7,100 in future tax revenue. That means politicians can say their favorite phrase: it will pay for itself. For every $1,000 invested into smaller class sizes, the best research available associates that with kids earning an additional $40 per year in their career. For CIS, $1,000 leads to an additional $406 earned per year per student. CIS is tailor-made to help catch kids who might fall through the cracks and end up unemployed. That doesn't make the program a silver bullet. It's not going to close the earnings gap entirely. But it does make me hopeful that this program could be serving a lot more than 2 million kids.
We believe that if we scaled into every Title I school in the country, we would reduce the achievement gap in this country by 20%.
The crucial thing missing is a decision by people in power to do more of it.
Can you tell me what it felt like to see the research that came out recently?
Well, it was worth it. The whole journey. You can't have the cognitive without the relational. The kids have to get turned on to living before they get turned on to learning. And finally, people heard that. I've been saying it for years and years. I just want for that kid what I got from my kid. And I don't care if you're a mother in Appalachia or you're a mother in Harlem.
The actual path to solving this problem is connecting at-risk kids to the supportive adults who can help them. This isn't some small thing. I have seen this up close. And if you start this kind of relationship with a student, they're gonna call you outside the hours of 9 to 5. You're definitely gonna think about it outside the hours of 9 to 5. We celebrate athletes to no end in this country. Let's celebrate caring adults for once. So we threw a party for all the caring adults we met in San Antonio. Not just Ms. Alley or Mrs. Gradia, it's the parents who go the extra mile for kids who aren't their own, the teachers, the principals, the social workers, the volunteers. That could be you too. And we booked a local band. They practice next door.
The band here that's getting ready is called La 45, and they're named for a song by this guy named Lil Joe, who I identify with as another Little Joe. We spent 3 days here on the west side of San Antonio, essentially to profile this organization called Community in Schools. And their thesis is pretty simple. Every child deserves a relationship with a caring adult. And what brought us here was new research that showed this approach, which has been happening here for 40 years now and 50 years around the country, really, really works. But what the research cannot show is what they were telling me, that this is not just hard work, it's heart work. I think that this country needs a lot more love. I think that we need a lot more caring adults. We need to celebrate the caring adults in this room. The West Side is full of amazing people like you, people that do this heart work. And I feel like you all together, at least what I was seeing, is you amassing a cavalry of people that shoot bullets that are made of love. So, you guys take it away.